Hello, this quick video is going to be to do a very small, very quick POC, 15-minute POC on auditing Cloudera activity with jSonar, the integration that exists. So the idea is to easily audit all the activity that happens in a Cloudera cluster, HDFS, Hive, all the other applications, and without having to use any agents or any other external tabs or network tabs or software agents or proxies, without any of that complication, to leverage the existing very rich native auditing capabilities from the Cloudera, and then to easily integrate with jSonar. Okay, so the first step is to enable the auditing on the Cloudera. So we go to the Manager GUI. We log in as admin. Okay, so we're in the Manager. Then we go to Clusters. We go to Management Service. There's two quick updates we need to do here. We need to add the role, the auditing role. So there's a role called Activity Monitor. So we need to enable that role on the master node. So if the system is already enabled, it's checked off. It's already been enabled. Right, if I go to role group, Activity Monitor, here it is enabled for the for the master node. Okay, and that's one. Then we'll go back to our cluster management service. Configuration. And we need to make sure there's two settings here. Enable audit collection. I need to type a few more, so there's a lot of settings here. So we need this enable audit collection to be enabled. So in this case, it's already enabled. This is a checkbox. So it's already done. That's one. And the other one is to enable the destination of the logs. So I can search for server logging advanced. Okay, that's what we need. So it's actually called Navigator Audit Server Logging Advanced Configuration. It's quite a mouthful. But all we have to do is, and this is just an interface to the log4j appender. It's pretty standard stuff, right, for the Apache logger. So, which is, because we're using that, it's super easy to do it. Or, right, so this code comes out of the box. All we have to do is, the syslog host needs to point to the jSonar server. So in this case, g3jsonar.com. Or if it's a remote deployment with different data centers, these might be pointing to a jSonar gateway. It's the same thing. It doesn't matter, right? So the g3jsonar.com is the jSonar system, and the port number. This is the default port for processing Cloudera data on jSonar. It could be changed to any port. It doesn't have to be that, but that's our default. jSonar is already listening on that port, so it's just super easy to do. So that's it. You change this, and then hit save at the bottom. See if I change it. It's gonna ask me probably to save at the bottom. So after you save it, you're gonna have to restart the cluster to changes to take effect. Okay, and once it comes back, then it's actually, that's all you have to do. Once you come back, any activity that happens on the server is going to be sent to this machine on that port live. So the implications are many. One is that you don't need to install anything else to audit the system. Cloudera clusters can be quite complex with many nodes. So if you have to install agents or network sniffers, it will be very complicated. Then you have encryption on top of that. Because this is a native audit, you don't have to worry about anything. The server will see everything that's happening inside and send it to this port. The other implication is storage. So we don't have to store all these audits in the system. There's an option to store them in HDFS, but in this case, you don't have to. We'll be sending them live. So there's no storage, additional storage requirement. And because it's live, you'll be able to see the activity right away on jSonar and potentially generate alerts quicker than if you were doing a daily read. Okay, next part we're going to create some activity, and then at the end we'll review it on the jSonar GUI. Okay, in this part we're going to generate some activity on the cluster, on the Cloudera cluster, some HDFS and some Hive, and then we're going to see how that shows up on the jSonar system. So let's get to it. So let's look at our directory first. So we're going to see what we have. So HDFS, let's just do a local HDFS command. Let's recursive. Let's see what's in mapper. So in the mapper directory, I have another directory called application, and inside there I have an employee 3. Right. So if we try to get that, let's see if we can read that file. So we'll do an HDFS get. Okay. I happen to have the same file on the file system, so let's remove it first. Let's do it again. So I'm able to read the file. Right here is employee 3. I also have an employee 1. My employee 1, I have a CSV file with some 4 employees, a very big company. We're going to upload this directory. So let's make a new directory. So let's do mapper application 2. And instead of get, we're going to make dir. Let's make a new directory. And we're going to place our new. So we just need a new activity. So create a directory, and now we're going to push the file there, the new file there. Copy from local. Not copy file, sorry. Copy from local employee 1, and it's going to go into the new directory. Put it there. Okay, let's do our list again. ls, where's our ls? There's our ls. Okay, so we have now application 2, and we have the new employee table. And if I remove my local copy of employee 1, I can read a new file. Application 2. Right. Now it's in my local drive. There it is. So it's able to access all the information. Okay. If I look at the gateway log on the jSonar system, this log is telling me little informational messages every time we receive data and we process it. In this case, inserting it into a session table or an instance table, instance collection. That means we're getting SQL or Cloudera events. Okay, you see the data coming in live from just now. Okay, so that was the Hive. Sorry, that was the HDFS. Let's connect with Hive. Okay, what can I have? This means I can do SQL-like commands. Right, so I'm going to copy and paste the create statement. We're going to create a new table. We're going to create a new table called Ferrari cars with 3 columns: the year, the model, the color, and some extra settings. Okay, it's very verbose, but what you're looking for is really that it was successfully created. Right, there's a lot of commands in there, but this was created. All right, if I look at my log file, see this data coming in. So it's being sent at the same time. This is just now. 5:09 East Coast. Okay. That's it. So let's insert some data into it. So we're going to create one row. Insert into, cannot recognize inputs. Okay, need a comma here. Okay, there's our okay, records affected. We're going to insert also a white Testarossa. Hopefully I'm spelling it correctly. And this is a little newer. This is from 1988. So if you select star from Ferrari. Okay, there it is. There's our data. Okay, so next we're going to go review in the jSonar GUI, verify all the data we executed is showing up there nicely.